Hey, I'm Joe Hadley, and this is my podcast, Being a Human Lighthouse. This week, I'm pondering just this sense that I often get at the end of the year when things are ending. For many, many years, if not decades, if not forever, I've often felt this sense of emptiness or sadness at the end of the year. I use this as a purely symbolic time for me. I understand that it's the end of a year, the end of the intentions for that year, time to set new intentions. And because, especially here in Australia, with the Christmas break, everything shuts down for summer, about 4 to 6 weeks, doesn't reopen again till the end of January. So I find this a very reflective time, and often a time when people have gone away, there's less work. And this year is no different. I find myself enjoying every social event and activity that I'm a part of. I love connecting with others, and that brings me great joy. But because there's a lot more time to myself, because I don't have much surviving family, most of my family have passed away. Some of my other closer family members live quite a distance away from me. So I'm often just around friends at this time of year. And because it's a very family orientated time, I do have a lot more time on my own. Here in Australia, there's a lot more public holidays and definitely time for reflection. And I think for me, I always like the symbolic of a tradition, and I find this time of year very symbolic for me, as in a slowing down, a reflection on what has been and where I want to go now. When I have these feelings of sadness or emptiness or aloneness, I'm sitting with them and allowing them to be there, and just being curious about them. And I'm then thinking about what are my next steps that I want to start off the next year doing. For the past few months, I have been definitely going through a bit of a dark night of the soul and undergoing a metamorphosis and huge changes. But during this time, I have actually felt great joy and more inner peace, mixed in with some immense fear at times. But I can see myself stepping forward, and I'm allowing myself, because I have a little controller in me that likes to control how everything's going, so everything's smooth and I know what's next. The universe has decided that I'm not allowed to know what's next. I have to step into the true unknown. And I am definitely in the unknown. In the past, I've always been able to work out fairly easily about what's happening next. But I'm definitely in the unknown. And while I have a suspicion or I'm working towards something, I'm definitely not as sure as it has been in the past, which I think is a good thing because I want to create something different, something new, something that I haven't done before. So I'm going towards a feeling, an expansion in my heart, an openness, a feeling of what I want my work to be and how I'm molding my online business and how I want that to expand. But how it will actually expand, definitely the unknown. And this time last year, I did not have an online somatic business. I was doing my traditional physio work. So now I've stepped away from that forever and heading into the new unknown of working as an online somatic therapist. Basically, holding space for people who, like me, know that there's something more and want to just release what's blocking them from accessing their true wisdom, their inner wisdom. Because all of us have this inner knowing, this inner ability to know what we need, where we need to go, and even an ability to heal most of our health issues. There are always some caveats, of course. There's never anything that's just absolute. But as I'm talking generally we can address many of our health issues by addressing a lot of the stuff that we feel within us. There's patterns and emotional issues that have been unresolved. And as we resolve those, we let go of the energy that was holding that down. So then we've got more energy to create health and vitality, and also more advantageous situations for us. So for me, in this time, I'm sitting more in meditation, tuning into my emotions and sensations and letting them be there non-judgmentally, and really tuning into what I really want to feel for my future and what I am creating with my online somatic work. And my mind always has steps 3 or 4 beyond where I am, and how I have to really tune in to this present moment and enjoy where I am right now, and not focus so much about what 3 or 4 steps ahead might be. I just wanted to make it a short chat this week, just acknowledging that sometimes this time of the year is really hard. It could be lonely and isolating for people without family, or who have family that aren't that great. But if anyone's listening to this, you're usually more conscious and more aware than most. And so being able to just give yourself self-care and self-compassion and be kind to yourself during this time is really important. And just sitting with the triggers and the emotions that are appearing. Because by doing that, by sitting with them and allowing to be there and let them, they move through and out, and we often get access to intuition about where to go next. So I'm going to finish off now with my healing meditation process. So if you're doing this with me, I just invite you to check in with yourself now, like stress levels, tension in the body, how tight are the muscles, what are you thinking, what are you feeling? Just get a pre-rating or an idea of where you're at, and we'll see if it changes after this process. I always encourage you to sit down or lie down, because if we're accessing the present moment, we actually want to be in the present moment, not doing something else which takes us away from the present moment, which disconnects us from our true self. And if we're disconnected from our true self, we are disconnected from our inner wisdom. And this is about accessing our inner wisdom, so we tune into it on a deeper level. So I invite you to sit or lie down. You can close your eyes or keep them open. And just, again, feel your body supported by your chair, whatever surface you're sitting on. Feel how you're physically supported. Feel your feet on the floor. Really ground into the earth with your feet. If you like, you can imagine roots going to the center of the earth to really ground you to the material, physical world. And I invite you to imagine you've got a cord from the top of your head extending to the center of the universe. So you're plugged into the center of the universe and all that is. And just notice that all around us is empty space and connected to this universe. And as we breathe in and out, we are allowing all this invisible part of the universe that's filled with infinite wisdom and information is going within our body, filling up every cell. And as we breathe out, we're letting go of everything that can be recycled back to the universe. Just notice your breath as you breathe in and you breathe out. As you breathe in, every cell is filling with oxygen and information and wisdom. Every out breath is just letting go of what we no longer need, what no longer serves us. I invite you now just to scan through your body. Just become aware of sensations that are within your body. Are there any unpleasant sensations? Where are they? Just notice them. You're not trying to change them or judge them. You're just observing them and being curious, allowing them to be there. All the unpleasant sensations in our body are just often they're unprocessed emotions wanting our attention. And now we're just giving them space, safe space to express themselves. If it gets too overwhelming, just open your eyes and just wiggle your feet and really, really ground back into the floor and come into the present moment or check into any of your other senses. But if they're okay to stay with them, just stay with them. Just know they're just sensations and that we're safe sitting here observing them. You're not trying to change them. You're not trying to make them go away. Just allowing your body to speak to you. Now, I'm going to ask you to place your hand over your heart and to imagine you're breathing in and out through this area of your heart, slow and slow. 3 slow, deep breaths in and out through your heart. Again, filling up every cell in your body with all this wisdom and information. And from this heart area, imagine what would your life be like if you could live the life of your dreams, if you could live a life of purpose and meaning. How would it feel? How would it feel in this heart area? How would it feel in the rest of your body if you were living a purposeful, meaningful life that inspired you? How would you feel? Would there be joy? Would there be peace? Would there be a sense of expansion? What would it feel like to live a purposeful life of meaning that inspires you and as a result inspires others? You don't have to see what you've been doing. It's more about feeling how it would feel like if you had a life like this. If you do get visions and ideas of what it would look like in the outer world, just enjoy it. And you can say this or something better. The most important thing is just to feel what it would feel like in your body, what those sensations would be if you actually were living a life filled with meaning, purpose, and inspiration. And what sort of people would you be surrounded by? They inspire you, support you, and where would you live? What would be the best place to live if you were living the most purposeful, meaningful life? Again, you don't have to know the exact location, just to feel what it would feel like to live in a perfect place for you. If you're already living in the perfect place for you, just feel into how great it is to be living in such a perfect space. And how does it make you feel? How peaceful is it there? How inspiring? How safe? Now, as we bring this meditative process to a close, I just invite you to just start to notice your feet on the floor again. And what are your hands doing? Where are they? What are they feeling and sensing? What is going on in the room? And you can gently open your eyes. I invite you just to check in with the body and your feelings. Has anything changed since the beginning of this process? If it has, and it's allowed you to feel lighter and more expansive, you can see that in just a short time, by doing nothing than tuning into your own body and tuning into your own inner peace and inner wisdom, can shift how you feel internally. So I wish for you for the rest of the day wonderful peace, serenity, and until next time, have a great week. Bye for now.